I don't know if this is the first time you're hearing me talk because I don't even know if the YouTube channel we got started on was freaking I don't know if I have any videos on. I don't know what YouTube channel it was. Can't recall. Anyway, I'm going to show you how I think about information and how I think about science. So, alright, I'd say this is the fucking universe. Alright, this circle here. So this outer edge here. This is like ultimate information. This is like most, like, if you're all the way out and had all the fucking everything, you got all the goddamn info in the universe, this is what that represents. You've gotten all the way out and you found it. All right, now, whatever. We can say there's no such thing as spirituality, and so there's no, the spirituality isn't the way to get here. But here's what I would say. You said something earlier that I think is a huge flaw in your reasoning, because it ignores something that's really crucial, which is that an incomplete set of info is infinitely less than a complete set of info. So you can't make a claim that science is going to get to a point where we are able to like follow it to some ultimate peace and security, because that's the same as making the claim that science is going to get to the point where there's perfect info. Anything less than that is infinitely imperfect and will only lead to the same chaos that we see today. Which we don't really need to get into the aspects of that chaos. It's self-evident. So let's say this little center thing right here, that's you, that's science, that's you thinking in the material realm, right? And what we're trying to do is always kind of expand the fringes of this information. So we're trying to make this circle right here bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm gonna have to throw some fucking dotted lines here too. Okay. Here's the issue. If it is information in the material realm, it is confined to the material. And so you can never get complete, infinite information. There's always a finiteness to whatever information you're able to acquire through scientific reasoning. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with scientific reasoning. I'm saying that this is us looking out, but it's more like the material then comes from here, which I think you agree with. So basically the point is this: if we apply time to this reasoning, which is kind of imperfect, because if there is some God thing, it's inclusive of the entire beginning to the end. But let's go ahead and use that beginning thing. If we apply time to this, then and you are a fully deterministic person, there's no free will. Perfect, because kind of me too, honestly. If we apply time to this, what we realize is that there has to be a spawning thing. There has to be some first thing. And if there isn't, then there's no order anyway. If it's all chaos, if there's no foundational element, then it's just going to be chaos and we couldn't exist. So we're founded on something. That's what people who study pure mathematics, for instance, believe. They realize there's an underlying code to it all, and that we can begin to reveal that to ourselves through science. So good, great. You'll still never get there. And so if there is a deterministic start, if there is a deterministic fucking thing, if there is a broadest information, if there is a complete set of information, I can guarantee you don't get there scientifically. Now, if you don't believe you get there spiritually, that's fine, but also it just seems like that means that you're misidentifying what spirituality is. It's not just like arbitrary divination to God and then like ladder applied fucking reasoning to it by a schizophrenic human mind. It's not that at all, because there's multiple gods is why. And so if you find the right God to worship, then the theory would be that that would be the complete set of information. That's what it is. And so we're no longer talking anymore about like information in some lesser sense. We're talking about higher ideals that you apply yourself to. See, and that's what I'm saying. All I'm saying about spirituality is establishing a highest ideal of righteousness and following that instead. That's all I'm saying, because that would have to put you higher, whatever the scientific reasoning seems to apply. And the fact that stuff that was written as long as 6,000 years ago, stories even older, still apply today and have saved me from God, everything, proves this is right. So I don't know what you want to say about that, but there you go. There's got to be a higher thing you go to than the material, because the material is infinitely is forever finite, so it can't give you the complete picture. I think it's really funny, by the way, in a very serious contradiction in your reasoning, that you say that science is going to get us there, but is never going to get us the complete picture. That's impossible. That is impossible, because your science will be updated later. So whatever you believe now will be wrong. Somehow there are some things you can believe that are never wrong. Those are the things of God.